Hi, are you recording instruments, vocals, maybe podcasting? Well, then these are for you. As a recording artist, podcaster, or a vocalist, you need to hear yourself, your performance really well. To do that, you need headphones or other monitoring that is very articulate, clear, and kind of mid-forward. It's also crucial that you're using closed back and not the open back model. So 9 out of 10 use cases will require to have a closed back model of the monitoring headphones. The difference between the open and the closed back headphones in design is that the closed ones will have a backplate covering the rear of the speaker, and with that preventing the sound to leak into the room and at the same time keeping the room noises out of your headphone. With the open back design, there are little holes usually in the backplate where the sound can escape, and that makes them sound a little bigger. They will have more sound stage and they're more suitable for listening to music, mixing music. In recording scenarios, 9 out of 10, you will need the closed version of headphones. The S4R are wired headphones, so these are not wireless, they are not active noise cancelling or anything like that. These are wired professional headphones for recording and podcasting, etc. So they come with a cable. It's tied together with this little strap, which you can simply pull off. The cable is 2 meters in length, and it's a Y-splitted cable. There's a small marking on every side. So this one, for example, is saying R, meaning right channel. This one is saying L for the left channel. On the other side, it's terminated as a 6.3 millimeter jack, which is basically an adapter, so you can take it off and use the 3.5 millimeter if you're required to use it directly from a smartphone, a smart device, or a laptop without the need to have an interface. The cool thing about this cable is that it has like a little notch over here, which is a part of the system to keep it in place. Inside the headphones, there's a ball locking mechanism which will hold it in place. There's another cable feature which comes from the angled position of the plug on the headphones. So as you can see, it's angled, aiming forward. So when you're using them, playing with the computer and you have the interface in front of you, then you have the cable coming at an angle towards your interface, and that alleviates the strain on the cable. But of course, if you're using it in a recording scenario where you have a guitar maybe, or playing something, you wanted the cable to be away from you, you can simply flip the sides, so put it apart, take the left to the right channel and the right channel to the left side, in a way, so that it's now angled backwards, which means the cable will go really nicely behind your back down to the interface, and you can also get an extension cable to get it all the way across the studio. It's important to understand that the speaker drivers in here are low impedance. We're talking 30 ohms, which means that they can be powered or driven by a laptop, by any smart device if that is required. But of course, they will get extremely loud when used in a studio setup with an interface or a dedicated amplifier, so they can overpower or just basically mask the noise from other instruments or other performers in the studio. The S4R, just as the S4X, comes with removable earpads, where there are 2 reasons for that. One is hygienic reason, and the other is that materials and earpads gets deformed over time and they will not work at the highest possible level anymore. So you need to exchange this every once in a while. To do that, you basically grab them over here, take it apart like that. The speaker will be exposed. Your serial number is also here available. And as you can see, there's a notch to put it back on. So just use this overleaf, put it on the notch, go around, and you're set. Isn't that beautiful? The S4R have a very specific target curve, which is kind of similar to the S4X model, but a lot more mid-forward oriented, which makes them maybe not super pleasant for just listening to music, but they really shine and work well when monitoring your vocals, violins, guitars, acoustic guitars, pianos, stuff like that. They will just shine through and deliver on the promise. They come with the new version, the 1.3 version. They come with the calibration certificate, where you will get all the serial numbers as well as how to redeem the code to obtain the USC, the unit-specific calibration file, and the plugin to make them even closer to the target curve that was very specifically designed for this specific model for use in recording, podcasting, vocalists, etc. All our headphones are really easy to assemble and disassemble, which means they have one of the highest, if not the highest, level of serviceability in basically any class of headphones. You can get all the spare parts from us directly anytime. Just go to our webpage, find the spare parts store, and replace whatever you need. Starting with Earpads, obviously, cables, extension cables, accessories as well. You can change the headband if you want, leather strap as well. So they're completely serviceable. And they come with 5 years limited warranty. For the first 2 years, we'll take care of everything, including shipping. For the third, fourth, and fifth year, all the material costs and repair costs are included, but shipping is excluded. Cable and earbuds are exposed to misuse and things that happen in the studio, and for that reason they're only in warranty out of the box, maybe for 3 months. After that period, it's impossible to inspect them for a manufacturing error. So if there's something wrong, report it in the first 90 days. Side note, that is exactly the trial period. So for the first 90 days, you can return them if you want and get a full refund. All right, that concludes the show and tell of the 1.3 version of the S4R recording headphones by us.